Africa, a continent where the sands of time have buried secrets in its deserts, jungles, and ancient ruins, holds legends that teeter between reality and the supernatural. Imagine stories of mystical cities swallowed by golden dunes, rulers with powers said to rival the gods, and ancient treasures guarded by creatures of myth. These are not mere tales meant to entertain but echoing whispers from history, laced with mysteries that have baffled scholars and explorers alike. In this video, we unravel 30 of the most bizarre and gripping African historical legends, each one a gateway into cultures that have shaped the world in profound ways. From the hidden libraries of Timbuktu to the elusive spirits of the Sahara, these legends span generations, crossing continents and centuries with their enigmatic allure. As we dive into a world where myth and history intertwine, prepare to uncover truths stranger than fiction, marvel at the ingenuity of ancient civilizations, and be captivated by Africa's rich tapestry of culture and mystery. So sit back as we begin a journey that promises to keep you on the edge of your seat, unearthing tales that challenge what we think we know about our past. Now turning to the first legend, we journey into the scorching expanse of the Kalahari Desert, where whispers of a lost city have intrigued adventurers and explorers for generations. Known as the Lost City of Kalahari, this mythical metropolis is said to be buried beneath the relentless sands, concealed from the world yet brimming with untold riches and technological wonders far beyond its time. The legend tells of a civilization that thrived in the heart of the desert, leaving behind grand structures of stone, intricate carvings, and treasures of unimaginable value. These tales first came to prominence in the 19th century when a Canadian explorer named William Leonard Hunt, or as he was famously known, Guillermo Farini, claimed to have discovered remnants of unusual ruins during his trek through the Kalahari. He described strange, weathered stone walls arranged in patterns that hinted at human craftsmanship, sparking a wave of curiosity and countless expeditions to rediscover this fabled city. Yet, despite modern technology and years of searching, no conclusive evidence of the lost city has ever been unearthed. Some believe the city might be a figment of overactive imaginations, a tale exaggerated or misinterpreted over time. Others suggest it could indeed exist, its secrets hidden by the ever-shifting dunes of the desert, waiting to be uncovered. The mystery deepens as local folklore occasionally mentions a sacred place in the sands, forbidden to enter and protected by spirits. Whether a real relic of an advanced civilization or an enduring legend spun from the allure of the unknown, the lost city of Kalahari continues to captivate the minds of those who dare to dream of what lies buried in the enigmatic desert. With the next phase of the journey in sight, let us explore another tale of might and majesty, the storied realm of the Queen of Sheba's African kingdom. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we uncover the tale of the Queen of Sheba, a figure shrouded in mystery and magnificence. Known for her intelligence, beauty, and unparalleled wealth, she is said to have ruled a flourishing African kingdom that left an indelible mark on history and legend alike. Her story is perhaps most famously recounted in religious texts such as the Bible, the Quran, and the Ethiopian Kebra Nagast, all of which highlight her legendary visit to King Solomon's court in Jerusalem. According to these accounts, she arrived with a grand caravan laden with gold, spices, and precious stones, seeking to test Solomon's renowned wisdom with a series of riddles and questions. This encounter is said to have forged a bond between the two rulers, with some legends even suggesting that their union resulted in a son, Menelik, whose descendants would go on to establish the Solomonic dynasty in Ethiopia. The location of her kingdom, however, remains a matter of intense debate among historians and archaeologists. Some argue for Ethiopia, pointing to the ancient city of Axum as a possible seat of her empire, supported by the Ethiopian tradition that reveres her as the mother of their royal lineage. Others believe her kingdom may have been situated in Yemen, anchored by the evidence of the rich and advanced Sabaean civilization that thrived in the region. Both regions boast traces of extraordinary cultural and architectural achievements that could lend credibility to their claims. Yet, despite centuries of exploration and scholarship, concrete proof of her reign or the exact boundaries of her kingdom has yet to emerge, leaving her story suspended between history and myth. What remains undeniable is the enduring legacy of the Queen of Sheba, a symbol of power, wealth, and wisdom whose influence transcends continents and centuries. As we step further into this labyrinth of African legends, let us voyage into the medieval imaginations of explorers and dreamers with the tale of Prester John's African kingdom. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the tale of Prester John, a legendary figure whose name echoes through the annals of medieval European imagination. Prester John was believed to be a mighty Christian king ruling over a utopian kingdom, a paradise of wealth, justice, and divine favor, said to be hidden somewhere in the unknown realms of Africa. This mythical monarch first captured European attention in the 12th century, his story spreading like wildfire through letters that claimed to be authored by the king himself. These documents described his empire as a land brimming with gold, precious gems, and mythical creatures, a place where the ideals of Christianity flourished in harmony with boundless prosperity. The allure of such a kingdom was irresistible to a Europe seeking allies in their crusades and new horizons for trade and expansion. Prester John's supposed realm was often linked to regions in Africa, particularly Ethiopia, due to its ancient Christian heritage and the prominence of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. European explorers and missionaries, fueled by these tales, embarked on journeys to uncover this enigmatic kingdom. Ethiopia, with its rich history of faith and stunning rock-hewn churches like those in Lalibela, seemed like the perfect candidate for Prester John's homeland. The legend even intertwined with Ethiopian rulers who were sometimes referred to as descendants of the mythical king. However, as explorers ventured further into Africa, they found no tangible evidence of Prester John's utopia, leaving his kingdom firmly in the realm of myth. What makes this legend so powerful is not just its content but its impact on history. The hope of finding Prester John spurred European exploration, igniting curiosity about Africa's uncharted lands and driving interactions between continents that would shape global history. Beyond its historical influence, the tale of Prester John embodies humanity's yearning for a place of ultimate harmony and prosperity, a dream that persists across cultures and eras. And now, as the story of Prester John fades into the horizon, we turn our gaze to the mystical rainmaker herself, the Rain Queen Modjadji, whose connection to nature and her people is shrouded in wonder and reverence. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we find ourselves amidst the enchanting tale of the Rain Queen Modjadji, a figure whose legacy has transcended time and captured the essence of nature's mysteries. Among the Balobedu people of South Africa, the Rain Queen is more than a monarch. She is a spiritual force believed to wield the extraordinary power to summon rain. Her story begins in the heart of the Limpopo province, where centuries ago, the lineage of rain queens was established, intertwining leadership with deep spiritual significance. The Modjadji dynasty, known for its matrilineal succession, is said to have been founded by Desagudini, a princess who fled from conflict to create a sacred refuge for her people. Within this sanctuary, the Rain Queen's mystical role flourished, supported by rituals passed down through generations. These rituals, performed in harmony with the seasons and cycles of nature, were believed to ensure prosperity for the land and its people. The Rain Queen's connection to rain was not merely symbolic, it made her an indispensable figure within her community. During times of drought, all eyes turned to Modjadji, whose prayers and ceremonies were thought to appease the spirits and bring life-giving rain to the parched earth. Her influence extended beyond the Balobedu, as neighboring tribes also revered her powers and often sought her blessings to ease their own hardships. The aura of mystique surrounding Modjadji was amplified by her reclusive nature. Rarely seen in public, the queen lived in seclusion, a practice that preserved her sacred status and further rooted her image in the supernatural. Historically, the Rain Queen not only symbolized fertility and abundance but also served as a unifying figure, weaving together the spiritual, cultural, and ecological threads of her people's existence. Her story has been passed down through oral traditions, preserving her legacy even as modernity encroaches on ancient ways of life. Today, the legend of the Rain Queen Modjadji continues to inspire awe, representing the profound relationship between humanity and the natural world. And as the rain-soaked lands of Limpopo glisten under her enduring legacy, we turn our focus to another legend steeped in history and mysticism, Shaka Zulu, and the tales of his legendary Imbube warriors. As the next challenge unfolds, we delve into the powerful and enigmatic world of Shaka Zulu and his legendary Imbube warriors. Revered as one of the greatest military strategists in African history, Shaka Zulu transformed the Zulu kingdom into a formidable empire in the early 1800s. Central to his success were the Imbube warriors, fearsome fighters cloaked in both historical achievements and mythical prowess. According to legend, these warriors were not ordinary men, but were believed to possess supernatural strength and agility, making them invincible against their enemies. Stories passed down through generations speak of their unmatched endurance in battle, their ability to evade death, and a level of discipline that elevated them beyond human capability. The Imbube warriors were said to draw their powers from rigorous training rituals and spiritual blessings, imbuing them with what seemed like otherworldly resilience. Some tales suggest that Shaka himself conducted these rituals, calling upon ancestral spirits to fortify his army. Historically, Shaka's innovations in warfare revolutionized the way battles were fought. He introduced the short stabbing spear known as the Ikalwa and developed the bullhorn formation, strategies that gave his warriors an unparalleled edge. While these tactics are well documented, the mythos of the Imbube warriors adds a layer of mystique to their reputation, suggesting that their prowess went beyond mere strategy and skill. The Imbube warriors were more than just soldiers, they were a symbol of unity and strength for the Zulu nation. Their legend represented the might and invincibility of the kingdom, inspiring fear in their enemies and pride among their people. Even neighboring tribes whispered tales of their invincibility, further enhancing their mythic status. Over time, the line between history and legend blurred, transforming the Imbube into a mystical force intertwined with Shaka Zulu's enduring legacy. As we reflect on the blend of reality and myth surrounding these legendary warriors, our journey continues to another haunting tale rooted in African history, the curse of the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, where echoes of the past seem to guard secrets that remain shrouded in mystery. Now turning to the haunting legends of the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, we step into a realm where history and myth intertwine to create an aura of mystery and wonder. Nestled in southeastern Zimbabwe, these ancient stone structures are a testament to the architectural brilliance of the Shona people, believed to have thrived there between the 11th and 15th centuries. However, the ruins are not merely admired for their historical significance, they are enveloped by eerie myths and legends that have endured for generations. One of the most persistent tales is that of a curse said to protect the site from intruders. Locals whisper that anyone who dares to disturb the ruins risks invoking the wrath of ancestral spirits who guard the secrets of the site with unwavering vigilance. The air of foreboding surrounding the ruins is further deepened by stories of ghostly apparitions and inexplicable occurrences, fueling the belief that the area is shrouded in supernatural forces. Some versions of the legend suggest that the curse was cast by the original builders to ensure that their kingdom would remain undisturbed for eternity. Others believe the spirits of ancient rulers roam the site, preserving its sanctity and safeguarding its mysteries. This sense of the supernatural has deterred treasure hunters and explorers alike, with accounts of illnesses, accidents, or misfortunes befalling those who attempt to dig too deeply into the ruins' secrets. However, beyond the realm of myth, these legends have also been tied to colonial narratives. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, European colonizers perpetuated theories that denied the African origins of the site, instead attributing its construction to ancient civilizations outside the continent. These claims, steeped in racism, sought to undermine the accomplishments of African societies. The myths of curses and spirits were often manipulated to portray the ruins as a mysterious anomaly rather than a symbol of the Shona people's ingenuity and cultural heritage. Despite these distortions, the Great Zimbabwe ruins remain a powerful emblem of Africa's rich history and a source of pride for Zimbabweans. Today, they are celebrated as an UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing scholars and visitors from around the globe who marvel at their grandeur and historical significance. The legends of curses and spirits continue to capture the imagination, preserving the enigmatic allure of the site, while also serving as a reminder of the need to honor and protect Africa's cultural legacy. As the mystery of the Great Zimbabwe ruins lingers in our minds, our journey shifts to yet another tale of divine connection. The legend of Nyame, the revered river god whose presence flows through the hearts of those living along the mighty Zambezi River. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we dive into the captivating tale of Nyame, the river god who holds a sacred place in the hearts of the Tonga people of Zimbabwe. Often depicted as a snake-like creature with the head of a fish, Nyame is believed to reside in the depths of the Zambezi River, his powerful presence woven into the very fabric of the region's identity. For centuries, the Tonga have revered him as both protector and provider, turning to him in times of need, whether for sustenance, guidance, or reassurance in the face of uncertainty. However, the legend of Nyame became even more prominent during the mid-20th century, when a massive engineering project forever altered the landscape and lives of those along the mighty river: the construction of the Kariba Dam. The dam, a colossal hydroelectric endeavor intended to harness the river's power, symbolized progress and development to some. Yet to the Tonga people, it represented a grave disruption to their spiritual connection with Nyame and the river that sustained them for generations. The very act of building the dam was seen as an affront to the great river god, as it threatened to sever the lifeline between him and his people by flooding their ancestral lands and disturbing the river's natural flow. According to local beliefs, Nyame's wrath was soon felt. During the construction of the dam, a series of catastrophic floods struck the area, the most devastating occurring in 1957 and 1958. These floods, which claimed numerous lives and caused extensive damage, were far beyond what engineers at the time had anticipated, leading many of the Tonga to assert that Nyame was unleashing his fury in protest. Legend has it that Nyame was attempting to reunite with his wife, who was separated from him by the dam's construction. The river god's attempts to break through the barrier were thought to manifest in the relentless flooding and tumultuous waters that plagued the area. The Tonga people believed that only by honoring and appeasing Nyame could harmony be restored. Some accounts tell of ceremonial offerings and rituals performed along the riverbank, appealing to the great god for forgiveness and protection. The floods, coupled with the hardships faced by displaced communities, deepened the divide between those who viewed the dam as a symbol of progress and those who saw it as a spiritual and cultural devastation. Even today, the legend of Nyame endures as a poignant reminder of the spiritual bond between the Tonga people and the Zambezi River. The towering Kariba Dam, while an impressive feat of engineering, stands as a monument not only to human ambition, but also to the resilience of a community whose beliefs and traditions remain steadfast in the face of profound change. The story of Nyame invites us to reflect on the delicate balance between progress and respect for cultural and spiritual heritage. And as we leave the turbulent waters of the Zambezi behind, the next legend brings us to a desert brimming with esoteric mystery, the hidden libraries of Timbuktu, guardians of a wealth of knowledge shrouded in secrecy and wonder. Now turning to the ancient city of Timbuktu, we find ourselves immersed in a legend that whispers of hidden libraries guarding untold treasures of knowledge. Often referred to as the City of 333 Saints, Timbuktu, located in present-day Mali, was once a bustling hub of trade, culture, and scholarship during the height of the Mali Empire. Its golden age in the 14th and 15th centuries saw the city flourish as a beacon of learning, drawing scholars, traders, and thinkers from across Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. However, the hidden libraries of Timbuktu add an air of mystique to its historical significance. These libraries are said to house ancient manuscripts containing secrets so profound that they remain forbidden to all but a privileged few, shrouded in layers of legend and intrigue. The historical importance of Timbuktu as a center of learning cannot be overstated. It was home to institutions like the fabled Sankore University, where scholars gathered to study subjects ranging from astronomy and medicine to law and theology. Thousands of manuscripts, painstakingly written by hand, were collected and preserved in private libraries, and many of these texts contained advanced knowledge that was centuries ahead of its time. Yet, beyond the historical and academic significance lies the enigma of manuscripts said to be hidden, locked away to protect the knowledge they hold. Local lore suggests these documents could contain forbidden texts on alchemy, ancient sciences, or secrets of the universe, wisdom that some believe could unlock unimaginable power if revealed. The legend of the hidden libraries is intertwined with the city's history of resilience. During times of invasion and turmoil, such as the Moroccan conquest in the 16th century, it is said that residents went to extraordinary lengths to protect their treasures. Manuscripts were smuggled out of the city, buried beneath homes, or hidden in caves to keep them out of the hands of invaders and colonizers who might destroy or exploit them. This act of preservation transformed the manuscripts into relics not just of knowledge, but also of defiance and cultural identity. To this day, families in Timbuktu and surrounding areas guard these manuscripts, passing them down through generations as sacred trusts. This has only fueled the legend, giving rise to stories of entire undiscovered collections veiled in secrecy, waiting to be uncovered. While modern efforts have been made to document and preserve Timbuktu's manuscripts, the hidden libraries remain a source of fascination. Are they a literal treasure trove waiting to be found, or do they symbolize the enduring spirit of a city that values knowledge above all else? Timbuktu's mysterious libraries leave us pondering the intersection of history, myth, and the human desire to safeguard wisdom. With this tale of intellectual guardianship in mind, we now venture to a lake steeped in spiritual reverence and protected by forces believed to defy the laws of nature, the awe-inspiring legend of Lake Fundadzi. Now turning to the mystical waters of Lake Fundadzi, nestled in the breathtaking Soutpansberg mountain range of South Africa, we encounter a legend steeped in spiritual reverence and ancient mystery. For the Venda people, this lake is no ordinary body of water. It is regarded as sacred, a place where the natural and supernatural worlds intertwine. Its significance in Venda culture is tied to a fascinating blend of spiritual beliefs, unique natural phenomena, and legends that evoke awe and wonder. Central to the lore is the belief that Lake Fundadzi is guarded by spirits, or even a great serpent-like creature known as the Python god. This guardian is said to protect the lake and its surrounding lands, ensuring the balance between nature and humanity is preserved. According to tradition, those who wish to approach the lake must first perform a ritual of reverence, which often includes standing with their backs to the water and bowing low as a gesture of respect, a custom deeply rooted in Venda spirituality. Adding to the lake's mystique is a peculiar natural phenomenon. The nearby water seemingly flows uphill. While scientists attribute this to an optical illusion caused by the surrounding landscape, locals have a different explanation, believing it to be the work of the lake's spiritual guardians as a reminder of its sacredness. This interplay between natural science and spiritual belief enhances the lake's allure, drawing visitors who seek to understand its secrets and experience its enigmatic presence firsthand. To the Venda people, however, the lake is not a mere curiosity. It is a living entity, a sacred reservoir of ancestral spirits who demand respect and protection. The spiritual connection to Lake Fundadzi is further deepened by the legends surrounding its creation. One tale speaks of a great flood that formed the lake many generations ago, engulfing a village whose inhabitants were said to have angered the gods. The spirits of these villagers are believed to still reside beneath the waters, giving the lake an otherworldly aura that continues to captivate those who hear its story. Ritual ceremonies are often held on its shores, with music, dance, and offerings presented to honor the spirits and seek their blessings. These traditions serve as a testament to the deep cultural and spiritual bond between the Venda people and the lake, reinforcing its status as a sacred place that transcends time. The legend of Lake Fundadzi invites us to reflect on the entwined relationship between nature, spirituality, and cultural identity. It stands as a symbol of harmony and respect for forces beyond human comprehension, reminding us of the mysteries that still persist in our world. As we leave the sacred shores of this awe-inspiring lake, our journey continues to Ghana, where we meet a mythical figure of trickery and wisdom, the ever-cunning Anansi the spider. Now turning to the bustling realm of folklore in Ghana, we encounter one of Africa's most beloved and enduring mythical figures, Anansi the spider, a trickster whose clever wit and cunning schemes have woven their way through generations of storytelling. Originating from the Ashanti people, Anansi is far more than just a character in tales. He is a symbol of ingenuity, a master of mischief, and a cultural icon whose stories serve as a repository of wisdom, humor, and moral lessons. Often depicted as a spider or a human with spider-like traits, Anansi embodies the duality of human nature, reflecting both its flaws and its brilliance. His tales usually revolve around his ability to outsmart others, turning even the most hopeless situations to his advantage while leaving a trail of laughter and valuable lessons in his wake. In one iconic story, Anansi seeks ultimate knowledge and wisdom, which is said to be hidden in a mystical pot. Determined to possess it all for himself, he tries to hoard the pot by tying it high above his chest and climbing a tree, only to fail hilariously when he realizes his greed and short-sightedness have left him unable to maneuver. The pot falls, shattering to scatter its contents across the land, ensuring that wisdom is shared among humanity. This tale, like many of Anansi's adventures, underscores the importance of humility and the dangers of selfishness, while also celebrating the cleverness it takes to solve life's challenges. Anansi's stories are not confined to Africa. They have traveled across the seas through the African diaspora, finding new life in the oral traditions of the Caribbean, the Americas, and beyond. In these lands, he became a figure of resistance and survival, his cunning and resourcefulness mirroring the resilience of people who used storytelling as a means of preserving culture and finding hope amid hardship. From Jamaica to the southern United States, Anansi's name and tales transformed into figures like Aunt Nancy or Brer Rabbit, showcasing how his legacy adapts and evolves while keeping the core essence of his mischief and wisdom intact. The enduring appeal of Anansi lies in his relatability. He is not a perfect hero. He is flawed, cheeky, and often self-serving. Yet he wins our admiration for his tenacity and ability to navigate complex situations with out-of-the-box thinking. His stories offer humor, but they also serve as profound allegories about life, society, and the human condition. Whether he is outwitting powerful rivals, creating the first stories of the world, or simply reminding us to laugh at life's absurdities, Anansi the spider continues to inspire and entertain, proving that even the smallest of creatures can wield immense influence. As the threads of Anansi's web lead us onward, our journey now ventures deeper into the heart of the Ghana Empire, where we uncover a tale steeped in sacrifice and prosperity, the haunting legend of Wagadu and Bida the snake. As the next chapter of our journey unfolds, we step into the enigmatic world of Wagadu, a mythical city at the heart of the ancient Ghana Empire. Known as a beacon of unimaginable wealth and unparalleled prosperity, Wagadu's golden age was said to rest upon a chilling pact with a serpent deity named Bida. According to legend, Bida was no ordinary serpent. He was a powerful being who demanded an annual human sacrifice in exchange for his blessings. In return for these sacrifices, it is said that Bida showered Wagadu with gold so abundant that it cemented the empire's reputation as the land of gold, attracting merchants and traders from all corners of the ancient world. The grisly ritual that sustained Wagadu's fortune involved sacrificing the most beautiful maiden in the city every year. While the citizens initially accepted this macabre agreement as the price of their prosperity, the turning point came when a young warrior named Mamadi Sif Deko defied tradition. Driven by love and outrage, Mamadi intervened to rescue the chosen maiden, slaying Bida in the process. At the moment of the serpent's death, the legend tells of 3 mighty blows delivered by its severed head, each creating a massive drought that devastated the region. Without Bida's supernatural favor, the wealth of Wagadu began to vanish, and the once flourishing city fell into decline, eventually slipping into obscurity. Through the lens of this haunting legend, the tale of Wagadu and Bida offers profound allegories about power, sacrifice, and balance. It speaks of the fragile equilibrium between prosperity and morality, reminding us that unchecked greed and the cost of maintaining wealth can lead to downfall. The story also serves as a poignant explanation for the rise and fall of the Ghana Empire, blending myth with the harsh realities of historical events like droughts and shifting trade routes that impacted the region over time. Even today, the tale of Wagadu persists in oral traditions among the Sonic people, serving as both a cautionary story and a cultural touchstone that connects them to their rich heritage. The dissolution of Wagadu is not just seen as a loss of a city, but as a reminder of the impermanence of human constructs when they stray from harmony and ethical grounding. As the echoes of Wagadu fade into the sands of time, we now shift our gaze toward the mysterious rituals of the Sand people of southern Africa, whose otherworldly connection to the spiritual realm whispers secrets of the stars and shape-shifting shamans. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we delve into the mystical world of the Sand people of southern Africa, often regarded as one of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth. Known for their deep connection to the natural and spiritual realms, the San are said to possess an otherworldly understanding of the universe, passed down through countless generations of oral tradition. Among the most captivating aspects of their mythology is the belief that their shamans have the ability to traverse the spiritual plane, offering wisdom and healing by channeling energies from beyond the physical world. These shamans are also thought to be shape-shifters, able to transform into animals to communicate with spirits and protect their communities. Rituals among the Sand people are intricate, steeped in symbolism, and often involve trance dances that are said to bridge the gap between the earthly and the divine. In these ceremonies, participants enter an altered state of consciousness, which they believe allows them to access the spirit realm and commune with their ancestors. Through this sacred connection, they seek guidance, healing, and harmony with the forces that govern their world. Their understanding of the stars also plays a pivotal role in their spiritual practices, as they believe the cosmos holds the key to timeless wisdom and the balance of life. One particularly fascinating myth involves the idea that the Sand people's ancestors are eternal wanderers, traveling through the night sky as constellations. These celestial figures are thought to guide the living, providing protection and insight to those who honor the ancient ways. This profound connection to the stars reveals the Sand's deep-rooted respect for the universe's rhythms, which they see as inseparable from their own existence. The legends and rituals of the San not only offer a glimpse into their mystical worldview, but also reflect their resilience in preserving their identity and traditions against the tides of history. These stories serve as profound reminders of humanity's ability to find meaning in the vastness of the cosmos and the interconnectedness of all life. As we step away from the sacred fires of the San people, we now ascend to the legendary heights of Mount Kiranyaga, where we uncover the Kikuyu people's enduring belief in the mountain as the dwelling place of their god Ngai. Now turning to the fascinating tales of Yoruba mythology, we encounter Ogun, the formidable god of iron, war, and creativity. Revered as a divine craftsman and a fierce protector, Ogun is believed to have gifted humanity with the knowledge of metallurgy, enabling the forging of tools and weapons that shaped civilizations. His story is one of raw power and unyielding determination, embodying the force needed to carve order out of chaos. In Yoruba tradition, Ogun is said to have descended to earth wielding an iron blade, cutting through the wilderness to create pathways for humanity to thrive. This act not only symbolizes his role as a pioneer, but also his unwavering connection to progress and innovation. Yet, Ogun's character is not without complexity. He is renowned for his fiery temper and an unrelenting sense of justice. Myths describe him as both a protector of the righteous and a fearsome avenger against those who defy moral order. One of the most well-known stories recounts how Ogun, in a moment of wrath, withdrew from the world into seclusion, only to be called back by the pleas of humanity when chaos threatened to consume the land. This duality of destruction and creation underscores his profound significance in Yoruba spirituality as a force that must be respected and balanced. In rituals dedicated to Ogun, iron holds a central place, representing his strength and divine presence. Tools, weapons, and even vehicles are offered in ceremonies to gain his favor, as he is believed to safeguard travelers, warriors, and artisans who honor him. His worship extends beyond Africa, carried across oceans by the descendants of the Yoruba people, where he remains a symbol of resilience and ingenuity. The legacy of Ogun reaches far beyond myth, reflecting the Yoruba people's profound respect for craftsmanship, justice, and the transformative power of creativity. His tales remind us of the delicate balance between humanity's capacity for construction and destruction, a timeless lesson etched into the very fabric of human history. As we leave the forge of Ogun's enduring myth, we now set our sights on Ethiopia, where some claim one of history's most sacred relics, the Ark of the Covenant, lies hidden. Now turning to Ethiopia, we encounter one of the most enduring and sacred legends in history, the claim that the Ark of the Covenant, the ancient biblical relic said to hold the Ten Commandments, resides within this land. At the heart of this legend lies the city of Axum, a place revered as a spiritual and historical cornerstone of Ethiopian identity. According to local tradition, the Ark is safeguarded within the chapel of the Tablet, a modest yet profoundly significant structure in the Church of St. Mary of Zion. Only a single guardian monk is allowed to see the Ark, and he spends his entire life in solitude, dedicated to its protection. This belief is deeply rooted in Ethiopian heritage, with historical accounts tracing back to the Kebra Nagast, a 14th century text that recounts the story of how the Ark was brought to Ethiopia. The tale begins with Queen Modjadji, better known as the Queen of Sheba, and her journey to visit King Solomon in Jerusalem. The legend claims their union resulted in a son, Menelik I, who later traveled back to his father's kingdom. It is said Menelik returned to Ethiopia with the Ark of the Covenant, either as a gift or through divine intervention, ensuring its safekeeping in his homeland. While this story forms a cornerstone of Ethiopian religious belief, it has also sparked centuries of debate and intrigue among historians and archaeologists. The lack of direct access to the Ark or any definitive proof of its existence has fueled both fascination and skepticism. Some argue that the Ark, if it existed, may have been lost, destroyed, or hidden elsewhere during the tumultuous periods of ancient history. Others point to the Kebra Nagast and the rituals still practiced in Axum as compelling evidence of the Ark's presence in Ethiopia. Adding to the intrigue, visitors to Axum often speak of a palpable sense of mystery surrounding the chapel and its guardian. The secrecy maintained around the Ark has led to countless expeditions and theories seeking to uncover the truth. Yet the Ethiopian Orthodox Church remains steadfast in its claim that the Ark resides within their care. This unwavering faith offers a reminder of how belief and tradition can shape not only a nation's identity, but also its place in the broader tapestry of history. Whether the Ark of the Covenant truly rests in Axum or remains a mystery lost to time, its legend has become an inseparable part of Ethiopia's cultural and spiritual heritage. It symbolizes a connection between the divine and the earthly, a relic of immense power and significance revered across centuries. As we leave the sacred halls of Axum, our journey takes us to the coasts of Africa, where tales of the enigmatic water spirit known as Mami Wata continue to ripple through the tides of myth and history. Now turning to the shores of Africa, we encounter the captivating tale of Mami Wata, a legendary water spirit whose presence has been deeply woven into the cultural fabric of coastal communities and even beyond. Often depicted as a mermaid-like being with flowing hair and a hypnotic gaze, Mami Wata is as enigmatic as the waters she is said to inhabit. Her legend speaks of duality. On one hand, she is believed to bring wealth, prosperity, and health to those who honor her with respect and ritual. On the other hand, neglecting her can lead to misfortune, disaster, or even destruction. This delicate balance makes her a figure both feared and revered, embodying the unpredictable yet life-giving nature of water itself. Stories of Mami Wata thrive across vast stretches of the African coastline, from the beaches of Senegal to the shores of Tanzania. Her influence is not confined to the continent, spreading through the African diaspora to places like the Caribbean, South America, and even parts of the southern United States. In each of these regions, her image and attributes adapt slightly, yet her essence remains unmistakable, a powerful, mysterious entity representing both the blessings and perils of the deep. In many traditions, Mami Wata is associated with wealth and material abundance, often depicted holding treasures or surrounded by lavish adornments. It's said that those who encounter her in dreams or visions are likely to experience a significant change in their fortune, though this change depends entirely on how they approach her with reverence or disregard. Devotees frequently perform rituals involving offerings of perfumes, coins, or luxurious items by the water's edge, hoping to gain her favor and protection. Yet her myth also carries a cautionary element. Mami Wata is known for testing the intentions of those who seek her blessings, often appearing to people as a beautiful woman of otherworldly charm. If someone succumbs to greed or fails to uphold their promises to her, the consequences are said to be severe. In some stories, she is portrayed as a guardian of ethical conduct and spiritual harmony, rewarding the virtuous while punishing those driven by selfish desires. The legend of Mami Wata also connects deeply to the sea's role in the lives of African coastal communities, where fishing and trade have long been essential to survival. Her presence symbolizes a profound respect for the waters, a source of life and sustenance that demands humility and gratitude. This spiritual relationship with the ocean underscores why Mami Wata continues to be a powerful figure in both folklore and religious practices. As her influence transcends borders and oceans, Mami Wata reflects the resilience and adaptability of African cultural narratives. She serves as a reminder of the enduring connection between people, their environment, and the spiritual forces they believe govern the world around them. With her legend steeped in both awe and caution, Mami Wata remains one of the most iconic and mysterious figures in African mythology, her stories carried by the tides to new lands and new generations. And now, as we bid farewell to the realm of the ocean spirits, we venture deep into the lush and untamed jungles of Africa, where whispers of a creature called Mokele Mbembe cast a shadow over the rivers of the Congo Basin. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we step into the dense and mysterious jungles of Central Africa, home to one of the most fascinating legends to emerge from the Congo River Basin, the tale of Mokele Mbembe. This name, which translates to "one who stops the flow of rivers," belongs to a creature that has captivated imaginations for centuries, described by local tribes as a massive, dinosaur-like being with a long neck, a powerful tail, and the ability to command the water around it. Mokele Mbembe is said to dwell in the shadowy depths of the basin's rivers and swamps. Its elusive nature has sparked countless debates, becoming a cornerstone of African cryptozoology. The legend of Mokele Mbembe has been passed down by generations of indigenous communities living along the Congo Basin. They speak of a creature that is both feared and respected, a guardian of the waterways that can disrupt human activities if angered. Tribes such as the Boka and the Lingala recount sightings of this mysterious being, describing it as resembling ancient creatures from a time long past, with features strikingly similar to those of a sauropod dinosaur. These accounts have given rise to speculation that Mokele Mbembe is, in fact, a living fossil, a remnant of an age when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Over the years, explorers, adventurers, and even scientists have embarked on expeditions to uncover the truth behind this legend. Reports of strange footprints, unexplained disturbances in river ecosystems, and eyewitness accounts have fueled persistent curiosity. Some cryptozoologists are convinced that these clues point to the real existence of Mokele Mbembe, while skeptics argue that the creature is a mythological symbol, reflecting the deep relationship of local communities with their natural environment. Regardless of the truth, the legend continues to inspire both wonder and exploration. One of the most compelling aspects of this myth is how it bridges ancient storytelling with modern scientific intrigue. For the people of the Congo Basin, the story of Mokele Mbembe is not merely entertainment. It serves as a reminder of the untamed power of nature and the need to approach its mysteries with humility and respect. For outsiders, particularly those drawn to the tantalizing possibility of undiscovered species, the idea of a creature like Mokele Mbembe surviving into the present day is both thrilling and provocative. Some believe that the legend originated as a way to explain the dangers of the river, warning against venturing too far into its dark, treacherous waters. Others see it as a testament to the uncharted mysteries that still lie hidden in the heart of Africa. What remains undeniable is the cultural significance of Mokele Mbembe to the tribes who tell its story. It is a powerful symbol of the awe and reverence they feel for the natural world they inhabit. As whispers of this legendary being ripple through the dense forests and winding rivers of the Congo, Mokele Mbembe occupies a space that is equal parts history, myth, and mystery. Whether it is a true relic of the past or a manifestation of humanity's age-old fascination with the unknown, the legend of Mokele Mbembe continues to captivate imaginations around the globe. And now, as we emerge from the shadowy depths of the Congo River Basin, we turn our attention to the skies above Ghana, where an extraordinary tale of a flying coffin propels us into the realm of the bizarre and the inexplicable. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we ascend into the skies above Ghana, where one of the most bizarre and spine-chilling legends in African folklore takes flight: the story of the flying coffin. This eerie tale, whispered in hushed tones across communities, captured public imagination with accounts of a coffin that defied the laws of gravity. Allegedly observed soaring through the air, this phenomenon baffled onlookers and sparked fervent discussions about its origins. Was it a manifestation of deep-seated spiritual beliefs, an act of unspeakable sorcery, or simply a misunderstanding born of superstition? The legend is said to have emerged from funeral traditions in Ghana, where death is often regarded not as an end but as a transition to another realm. Funerals here are elaborate affairs steeped in symbolism and spiritual significance. The flying coffin tale, however, crosses into the extraordinary. According to reports, the first sightings occurred during an attempt to transport the body of a deceased individual to its final resting place. Witnesses claim that the coffin lifted off the ground and began to navigate through the air, seemingly under its own power. Some versions of the story even state that it veered off course, dramatically crashing into a different location, an act interpreted by many as the spirit of the deceased taking control to express unresolved grievances or to seek justice. For those who accept the legend at face value, the flying coffin represents a chilling nexus of spiritual interference and ancestral power. Many Ghanaians adhere to the belief that the spirits of the departed play an active role in the living world, guiding and sometimes warning their descendants. The idea of a flying coffin has thus been viewed as a grim message, a punishment for perceived wrongdoing, or even a way for the deceased spirit to ensure its burial aligns with cultural customs. This intertwining of spiritual beliefs with the physical world forms the foundation upon which such tales continue to thrive. On the other hand, skeptics have dismissed the legend as a product of mass hysteria or exaggerated accounts that snowballed with each retelling. Scholars and historians have pointed to the deeply rooted spiritual traditions of the region as a possible explanation. Superstitions and rituals surrounding death are imbued with symbolism, and in moments of high emotional intensity, extraordinary phenomena are often interpreted through a spiritual lens. To some, the flying coffin might simply be a metaphor, a way of expressing unresolved tension within families or communities magnified into a vivid narrative. Despite the skepticism, occasional reports of similar incidents resurface, fueling the mystery and ensuring the story endures. For believers, these sightings reaffirm their conviction in the supernatural, while for others, they add to the allure of the unexplained. The flying coffin of Ghana remains an enigma, a tale that blurs the line between spiritual reverence and human imagination, leaving questions that linger long after the story is told. As we descend back to the earth, this strange tale leaves us pondering the mysteries that connect the living and the dead. And now we journey eastward to Mount Kiranyaga, where the sacred peaks hold a mythos deeply woven into the spiritual identity of the Kikuyu people. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we now stand before the towering majesty of Mount Kiranyaga, known today as Mount Kenya, a place that holds profound spiritual significance for the Kikuyu people. According to Kikuyu mythology, this sacred mountain is believed to be the dwelling place of their god, referred to as Ngai. The legend tells of Ngai descending from the heavens to this mountain, where he created the first Kikuyu man, Gikuyu, and his wife, Mumbai. Together, they are said to have been the ancestors of the Kikuyu people, founding the 9 clans that still exist today. The mountain itself is more than just a physical landmark, it is a symbol of divine connection. For the Kikuyu, facing Mount Kiranyaga during prayer is an essential act, as it is thought to bring them closer to Ngai. It represents a conduit between the spiritual and earthly realms, embodying their faith and serving as a constant reminder of their origins. The mythology surrounding this mountain also guides their relationship with the land, as it is considered a blessing from Ngai to be cherished and nurtured. Beyond its spiritual dimensions, the legend of Mount Kiranyaga weaves deeply into the Kikuyu identity. It serves as a foundation for their cultural practices, values, and sense of community. Stories passed down through generations emphasize the virtues of unity, respect for the natural world, and the importance of ancestral heritage. Ngai's proximity to the mountain is thought to be a source of protection, justice, and guidance, reinforcing the Kikuyu's belief in their unique bond with the divine. But this legend is not just a relic of the past. Even today, it continues to inspire and shape the Kikuyu worldview in an ever-changing world. The mountain stands as a powerful symbol of resilience and faith, a testament to the enduring strength of cultural beliefs in offering a sense of purpose and belonging. And as we step away from the shadows of Mount Kirinyaga, prepare to dive into the mysteries of the ancient Yoruba oracle and its timeless wisdom, as the cowrie shell oracle of Ifa beckons us forward. With the next phase of the journey in sight, we now explore the enigmatic world of the cowrie shell oracle of Ifa, a cornerstone of Yoruba spiritual practice. This ancient divination system, rooted in the heart of West Africa, is said to connect practitioners to the wisdom of the divine. The Ifa oracle operates through the use of cowrie shells, small, glossy tokens that hold profound symbolic meaning. The process begins with a diviner known as a babalawo casting the shells and interpreting the patterns they form. These patterns are believed to reveal insights, guidance, and even warnings from the spiritual realm, offering clarity on life's most pressing questions. At the core of this practice lies the belief in Orunmila, the deity of wisdom and knowledge. It is said that Orunmila was present at the creation of the universe and possesses unparalleled understanding of its mysteries. Through the Ifa oracle, practitioners seek to tap into this wellspring of cosmic intelligence, bridging the gap between the earthly and the divine. Each shell cast carries whispers of the universe's secrets, unlocking paths to harmony, success, or resolution of conflict. The cowrie shells themselves are more than tools. They are regarded as sacred objects imbued with the energy of the divine. Their use extends beyond divination, reflecting the Yoruba reverence for nature and the interconnectedness of all things. The practice also emphasizes personal responsibility and ethical living, as the guidance offered by the Ifa oracle often urges individuals to align their actions with principles of justice, kindness, and community well-being. But this ancient system is not confined to the annals of history. The legacy of the cowrie shell oracle has transcended geographic boundaries, influencing spiritual practices across the African diaspora from the Americas to the Caribbean. Practices derived from the Ifa oracle have evolved into systems like Santeria, Candomblé, and Vodun, each adapting the core principles to their unique cultural context. Even today, the wisdom of the Ifa oracle holds relevance, offering a timeless framework for navigating the complexities of modern life. Its enduring appeal lies in its ability to provide spiritual grounding and guidance, reminding us of the ancient truths that connect humanity to the broader cosmos. And as we bid farewell to the sacred shells of Ifa, prepare to step into the world of the living dead as we unravel the eerie roots of the zombie myth and its African origins. Now turning to the chilling tale of the zombie myth, we delve into a story that bridges continents and centuries, unraveling its haunting African roots. The concept of the zombie, a soulless being trapped between life and death, has long spooked popular culture, but its origins far predate the movies and novels we know today. This eerie legend traces back to the harrowing era of the transatlantic slave trade, where African spiritual beliefs were carried to the shores of Haiti, blending with the grim realities of enslavement. At the heart of this myth lies African Vodun traditions, particularly from West Africa, where the idea of reanimated individuals served as a metaphysical symbol of spiritual captivity. In these traditions, it was believed that a powerful sorcerer, often referred to as a boka, could trap an individual's soul and reanimate their body to serve as a mindless servant. This chilling imagery of losing one's will and autonomy resonated deeply with enslaved communities, reflecting their own physical and spiritual bondage under the brutal oppression of slavery. In Haiti, these beliefs took on new dimensions against the backdrop of French colonial rule and the sorrowful cries of forced labor on sugar plantations. Vodou, a spiritual system born from the fusion of African traditions and Catholic influences, carried forward the legend of zombification. Yet here, the zombie became more than just a tale of sorcery. It embodied the ultimate fear of enslavement, even beyond death. For those trapped in the dehumanizing cycle of forced labor, the myth of the zombie became a grim metaphor for their plight, a reminder of the loss of freedom and identity. What makes this legend even more fascinating is its unique concept of justice. In Haitian Vodou, zombification was not merely a supernatural act, but often a punishment for those who had committed grave moral transgressions. It served as a form of social control, a way to emphasize the importance of ethical living and accountability to the community. The fear of becoming a zombie was not just about losing one's soul, but also about the shame and isolation that came with it. This myth did not remain confined to Haitian shores. As Haitian migrants carried their culture to other parts of the world, the legend of the zombie followed, eventually weaving its way into Western imagination. While Hollywood transformed zombies into flesh-eating monsters, the original story remains a poignant reminder of historical suffering, resilience, and the spiritual depth of African traditions. From enslaved spirits to supernatural justice, the zombie legend underscores the unbreakable connection between African spiritual beliefs and the lived experiences of the diaspora. And as we leave behind the haunting echoes of this myth, prepare to encounter the indomitable spirit of the warrior queens of Kush, whose legendary strength and courage continue to inspire awe. Now turning to the legendary kingdom of Kush, we find ourselves amidst the tales of the Kandak, the warrior queens whose names have echoed through the ages. These queens, rulers of an ancient African empire that flourished along the Nile, were not just monarchs but symbols of extraordinary strength and resilience. Among the most celebrated is Amanianas, whose story blurs the lines between history and mythology. Revered for her fearless leadership, Amanianas is said to have led her people against the Roman Empire in a fierce display of courage and strategy. This account of resistance during the 1st century paints her as both a historical figure of defiance and a mythical heroine blessed with divine powers. Legends describe the Kandak as not only possessing immense physical strength, but also channeling spiritual and mystical energy, which many believe was granted by the gods themselves. Their ability to lead armies and defend their land against invaders, including one of the most powerful empires in history, has cemented their place in both African history and the mythological imagination. The Kandak were not merely warriors, they were considered protectors of their people, embodiments of justice, and sacred representatives of divine will. The story of Amanianas in particular carries profound historical weight. After the Roman Empire sought control over Kushite lands, she orchestrated a campaign of resistance that involved guerrilla tactics and relentless determination. Her symbolic act of defiance in blinding a statue of Emperor Augustus, as some accounts suggest, became a powerful message of sovereignty and identity. This tale, while rooted in historical accounts, is often elevated with mythical elements that enhance her legendary status as a queen whose strength transcended the ordinary. The myths surrounding the Kandak also speak to the cultural values of the Kushite people. These queens embodied ideals of leadership, loyalty, and a deep connection to the spiritual realm. Their stories were not just about war and conquest, but about the preservation of a unique cultural identity in the face of external threats. The blending of historical records with mythological grandeur serves as a testament to the enduring power of their legacy. As we marvel at the indomitable spirit of the Kandak, let us now venture into the mysteries of a curious relic that has captivated generations, the giant footprint of South Africa, where ancient myths meet geological wonder. Now turning to the giant footprint of South Africa, we are drawn to Mpumalanga, where an ancient wonder has fascinated locals and visitors alike. Imprinted into the face of solid granite, this colossal footprint resembles that of a human yet measures over 4 feet in length, sparking endless debate and curiosity. Locals call it the footprint of God, a name that reflects the profound sense of mystery surrounding its origins. According to myth, it was left by a giant who once walked the earth, a being so immense that its steps shaped the land itself. Some even believe it to be evidence of divine intervention, a mark left behind by a god symbolizing power and creation. From a geological perspective, scientists propose that the impression is likely a natural formation, sculpted by erosion over millions of years. They suggest that the human-like shape is a coincidence, the result of natural processes that weathered the rock in an uncanny pattern. However, such explanations do little to diminish the awe and spiritual significance that many attach to the site. For local communities, the footprint is much more than a geological anomaly. It is a link to ancient wisdom and a tangible connection to the myths passed down through generations. The legend of the footprint also aligns with broader African folklore that speaks of giants or gods who roamed the earth in the distant past. These stories often serve as metaphors, illustrating the strength of divine beings or the vastness of nature's power. In Mpumalanga, the footprint has become a symbol of the enigmatic, where the lines between mythology and science blur, leaving room for wonder and personal interpretation. As we stand before this ancient marvel, we are reminded of humanity's timeless quest to understand the natural world and its mysteries. And so, with the echoes of giants fading behind us, let us journey onward to uncover the secrets of the talking drums of West Africa, instruments that carry messages through rhythm and time. Now turning to the secrets of the talking drums of West Africa, we enter a world where sound becomes language and rhythm transforms into meaning. These remarkable instruments, used by cultures across the region, are celebrated for their ability to convey complex messages across great distances. Unlike ordinary drums, talking drums mimic the tonal patterns of human speech, allowing them to speak in ways that words alone cannot. For centuries, they have been used to communicate news, warnings, and even poetry, making them an essential part of social and cultural life. According to legend, these drums were not simply crafted by human hands, but were a divine gift from the spirits themselves. It is said they were bestowed upon mankind as a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, a sacred tool to maintain harmony and understanding. The myths surrounding the drums often describe them as vessels of spiritual power, able to summon ancestors, honor deities, or connect villages in times of need. One particular tale tells of how a drummer, guided by a dream, was shown the sacred techniques to make a drum speak. The spirits taught him the rhythms that could carry a message as clearly as spoken language, and in doing so, he became a revered figure in his community. These tales serve not only to highlight the mystical origins of the talking drums, but also to underscore their role as instruments of unity and wisdom. Culturally, the talking drum has become a symbol of resilience and identity, particularly during times of hardship. Even under colonial rule, when the open exchange of information was often suppressed, talking drums acted as covert channels of communication, preserving the voices of the people. In this way, the drums were not only instruments of music but also tools of resistance and survival, their rhythms carrying the heartbeat of a community longing for freedom. Today, the talking drums are celebrated as both a historical marvel and a living tradition. Their rhythms continue to echo through ceremonies, performances, and cultural festivals, reminding us of their timeless significance. As we listen to their beats, we hear not just the sound, but a story, a narrative woven through generations and guarded by the spirits of the past. And with the sound of drums still lingering in our thoughts, let us now move forward to explore the legend of King Menelik's sword, an artifact said to hold the power to shape destiny itself. Now turning to the enigmatic tale of King Menelik's sword, we step into a narrative where history and myth intertwine to forge a story as sharp as the blade itself. King Menelik II, celebrated as the ruler who defended Ethiopia against colonial forces in the late 1800s, is said to have wielded a sword imbued with mystical powers. According to legend, this sword was no ordinary weapon, but a divine artifact gifted by celestial forces, holding the ability to bring great fortune or devastating doom to those who dared to claim it. It is whispered that the sword's power was tied to the integrity and purpose of its wielder. In the hands of a noble and just leader, it ensured victory and prosperity. But for those driven by greed or malice, it brought ruin and despair, as if the blade itself possessed a will to judge the hearts of men. The legend of this sword extends beyond its supernatural attributes, weaving into the fabric of Ethiopian history. Many believe that its presence during the decisive Battle of Adwa in 1896 played a pivotal role in King Menelik's triumph over invading forces, securing Ethiopia's sovereignty and cementing his legacy as a symbol of resistance and unity. The sword, in this context, is seen as both a literal and symbolic extension of Menelik's leadership, a tool of divine justice and protection for his people. Yet, the mystery of the sword does not end here. Some accounts claim that after King Menelik's reign, the sword vanished, hidden away to prevent its immense power from falling into the wrong hands. Others suggest it remains guarded by spiritual forces, awaiting a time when it will be needed once again. Regardless of its current whereabouts, the tale of King Menelik's sword serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between power and responsibility. It speaks to the enduring idea that true strength comes not just from might, but from the wisdom and virtue to wield it wisely. As we reflect on the legacy of this extraordinary artifact, it is impossible not to marvel at how such legends shape the cultural identity of a nation. They offer a lens through which we view the past, not as a series of dry events, but as a living tapestry threaded with wonder and meaning. And with this tale of a blade that could shape the destiny of a people, we now venture into another striking legend, the ghostly ship of Namibia's Skeleton Coast, where the sands whisper stories of mystery and misfortune. Now turning to the eerie tales of Namibia's Skeleton Coast, we sail into a world where reality and legend converge amidst desolation and intrigue. This stretch of coastline, aptly named for the countless shipwrecks and skeletal remains scattered across its sands, has long been a source of both fear and fascination. Among the many stories whispered about this barren expanse, tales of ghostly ships stand out, haunting the imaginations of locals and visitors alike. According to legend, spectral vessels appear out of nowhere, drifting silently through the dense coastal fog before vanishing just as mysteriously as they came. These phantom ships are said to carry the spirits of sailors doomed to wander for eternity, their restless souls forever bound to the unforgiving sands and crashing waves. For some, these sightings are seen as omens, warning of peril for those who dare to traverse the treacherous waters that border the Skeleton Coast. But these ghostly tales are not without a connection to the harsh realities of history. The Skeleton Coast has earned its grim reputation due to its perilous reefs, unpredictable currents, and dense fog that have claimed countless ships over the centuries. The remains of these vessels, their rusting hulls and rotting planks half buried in the sand, stand as eerie monuments to lives lost and dreams dashed. This haunting landscape blurs the line between myth and reality, as the sight of these decaying shipwrecks can easily give rise to stories of supernatural phenomena. One of the most famous ghost ship legends here is tied to the Dunedin Star, a British cargo ship that ran aground in 1942. The harrowing tale of its crews and passengers' attempted rescue has become the stuff of legend, with some claiming that unusual sights and sounds, phantom cries, inexplicable lights linger around the wreck's remnants. Other stories speak of a 17th-century Portuguese ship whose crew was never found, leaving behind only whispers of a curse that continues to haunt the coastline. As we piece together these chilling tales, it becomes clear that the Skeleton Coast's isolated beauty and dangerous reputation create the perfect canvas for legends to flourish. This fusion of natural peril and spectral intrigue captures the imagination, drawing us to reflect on the fragile line between life and death, adventure and tragedy. With every weather-worn hull and every whispered story, the Skeleton Coast speaks not just of the past, but of humanity's enduring desire to understand the mysteries that surround us. And so, as the mist settles over this enigmatic shoreline, we prepare to step away from the sands and into another realm of African legend. the were-hyenas of Ethiopia, shape-shifting figures that blur the boundaries between human and beast. Now turning to the mysterious shadows lurking in the folklore of Ethiopia and Sudan, we encounter the chilling legend of the were-hyena. Unlike the werewolf myths more commonly known in Western cultures, the were-hyena is a shape-shifting figure that occupies a distinct and terrifying place in African stories. These beings are said to straddle the line between human and beast, embodying a hybrid form that sparks both fear and fascination. According to these tales, were-hyenas appear as ordinary individuals by day, blending seamlessly into their communities, but by night, they transform into predatory creatures, prowling the darkness in search of prey. The legend suggests that these transformations are not always a matter of curse or uncontrollable fate. In many accounts, it is said that some individuals willingly assume the shape of a hyena, either through the use of dark magic or by inheriting the ability through their lineage. These nocturnal predators are often portrayed as cunning and malevolent, capable of wreaking havoc by attacking livestock or even terrorizing human settlements. Fear of the were-hyena has become so deeply rooted in certain communities that it influences local customs and behaviors, with many people taking precautions to ward off these supernatural entities. What makes this legend even more intriguing is the way it reflects cultural fears and anxieties. The hyena itself has long been associated with scavenging and death, often seen as an ominous creature that lurks on the fringes of human life. In some interpretations, the were-hyena embodies a moral warning, symbolizing greed, betrayal, or a loss of human decency. These stories also reveal a deep connection between the natural world and spiritual beliefs, illustrating how animals like the hyena can take on almost mythic significance in the collective imagination. In regions where the were-hyena myth prevails, there are even accounts of individuals being accused of harboring this deadly secret. Similar to witch hunts in other parts of the world, these accusations can lead to serious consequences, as fear of the unknown often drives communities to act out against suspected shape-shifters. This darker side of the legend highlights how folklore can intertwine with real-life fears, sometimes leading to tragic outcomes for those labeled as otherworldly threats. Yet for all its eerie elements, the were-hyena legend also serves as a vivid reminder of the power of storytelling in shaping cultural identity. It weaves together threads of ancestral wisdom, moral lessons, and a deep respect for the mysteries of nature. As with so many myths, the were-hyena blurs the lines between the real and the unreal, challenging us to consider the fears and beliefs that dwell in the human psyche. And so, as the moon sets on these lurking legends of the were-hyena, we move forward to explore another fascinating chapter of African myths, the sacred crocodiles of Burkina Faso, revered creatures that blur the line between the physical and the spiritual. Moving forward, we find ourselves in the village of Bazulé in Burkina Faso, a place where the physical and spiritual worlds intertwine through an extraordinary bond between humans and crocodiles. Unlike the fearsome reputation that crocodiles usually have, the reptiles in this village are revered as sacred beings, protectors of the land and symbols of harmony with nature. For generations, the people of Bazulé have shared their lives with these creatures, believing that they are not just animals but spiritual guardians with the power to bless or curse depending on how they are treated. According to local legend, these sacred crocodiles once saved the village during a time of extreme drought. The story goes that the villagers, desperate for water, followed the crocodiles to a hidden spring, which provided the life-sustaining resource they so desperately needed. In gratitude, the people vowed to protect the crocodiles and honor them as sacred beings. This act of mutual respect has endured for centuries, creating a unique relationship rarely seen elsewhere in the world. Even today, the bond between the villagers and the crocodiles is demonstrated through rituals and annual ceremonies. One such tradition involves offerings of chickens, which are given to the crocodiles as a sign of respect and gratitude. Villagers believe that these offerings maintain balance and ensure harmony between humans and these spiritual guardians. The crocodiles are so deeply integrated into the community's daily life that they are treated as an extension of the family, with some villagers even venturing to stroke or sit near them without fear. But beyond the spiritual connection, the sacred crocodiles of Bazulay also carry a powerful message about coexistence. Their presence serves as a reminder of how humans and nature can live in harmony when mutual respect is at the heart of their relationship. In a world filled with tales of conflict between people and the wild, this legend stands out as a testament to cooperation and reverence for the environment. What makes this legend even more fascinating is its ability to challenge common perceptions of crocodiles as purely dangerous predators. Here, they exist as protectors, providers, and symbols of unity. This shift in perspective invites us to reconsider how myths and beliefs shape our understanding of the animal kingdom and the roles these creatures play in our collective cultural consciousness. As the sun rises on the enduring partnership between humans and sacred crocodiles, we journey next to the towering peaks of Mount Kilimanjaro, where icy legends whisper tales of gods and hidden treasures buried beneath the snow. As the next phase of the journey unfolds, we ascend to the majestic heights of Mount Kilimanjaro, a natural wonder that reaches toward the sky, crowned by an icy cap that has inspired myths for centuries. Towering above the Tanzanian plains, this iconic peak is not just the tallest mountain in Africa, but a place wrapped in mystery and legend. Among the most captivating tales are those of gods who are said to call the icy summit their home, watching over the land and its people from their lofty domain. These legends speak of the mountain as a sacred place, imbued with divine power and secrets hidden beneath its snowy peaks. One of the most enduring myths tells of an ancient treasure buried deep within the frozen expanse of Kilimanjaro. According to folklore, this treasure is guarded by the spirits of the mountain, who fiercely protect it from those who approach with greed in their hearts. It is said that only those deemed pure of spirit and intent can uncover the hidden riches without invoking the wrath of the mountain's guardians. For centuries, this tale has intrigued explorers and locals alike, weaving a narrative of mystery and reverence that elevates Kilimanjaro from a natural marvel to a spiritual enigma. Adding to the mountain's mythical allure are stories of the Shaka people, an indigenous group that lives in its shadow. They speak of Kilimanjaro as a dwelling place of the gods, a realm so sacred that climbing to its summit was once considered an act of divine communion. Rituals and offerings were made to honor the spirits of the mountain, seeking blessings for crops, rain, and protection. This spiritual connection to the mountain reveals a deep sense of respect and awe, a bond that has been passed down through generations. But while these legends thrive, the icy crown of Kilimanjaro tells a story of its own, one that contrasts sharply with the myths. Scientific studies reveal that the glaciers adorning the mountain have been shrinking dramatically, a stark reminder of the impact of climate change. Once a seemingly eternal feature of Kilimanjaro, these ice caps are now retreating, threatening to erase a part of the mountain's natural identity. This tangible reality adds a layer of urgency to the legends, as the melting ice symbolizes not just environmental loss but the fading grip of ancient stories tied to the snow-covered peaks. What makes the myths of Kilimanjaro so compelling is how they blend the spiritual and the physical, challenging us to see the mountain as more than just a geological landmark. It emerges as a symbol of duality, where divine narratives coexist with scientific truths, and where both perspectives invite reflection on the fragility and majesty of nature. Kilimanjaro, with its icy myths and melting reality, stands as a testament to the ongoing relationship between humanity and the natural world, a relationship defined by wonder, reverence, and responsibility. As we leave behind the frozen allure of Kilimanjaro, we venture next into the vast expanse of the Sahara Desert, where whispers of desert-dwelling spirits lead us deeper into Africa's legendary heart. Now turning to the boundless golden sands of the Sahara Desert, we encounter tales as vast and enigmatic as the land itself. Known as the world's largest hot desert, the Sahara stretches across multiple countries, its endless dunes and shifting horizons serving as the backdrop for mysterious legends passed down through generations. Among the most fascinating are the stories of desert-dwelling spirits, said to roam the arid expanse, either guarding hidden treasures or deceiving weary travelers who dare to venture too far into their domain. Nomadic tribes who have called this harsh landscape home for centuries speak of these spirits with a mixture of fear and reverence. One such legend tells of the jinn, supernatural beings believed to inhabit isolated and desolate places within the Sahara. These entities, often described as shapeshifters, are said to appear in forms ranging from blazing whirlwinds to eerie apparitions. Travelers recount tales of encountering these spirits during their journeys, with some claiming to have narrowly escaped their mischief, while others speak of being guided to safety by a benevolent presence. Another enduring myth revolves around the treasures said to lie buried beneath the sands, protected by these spectral guardians. One story tells of a cursed trove hidden by an ancient king who sought to safeguard his wealth from invaders. According to legend, only those of pure heart and unwavering courage can uncover the riches, while others are doomed to wander the desert forever, led astray by illusions conjured by the spirits. These tales have fueled imaginations for centuries, inspiring adventurers and storytellers alike, even as the treasures remain undiscovered. Adding to the mystique of the Sahara are the accounts of the blue-robed Tuareg people, often referred to as the people of the Veil. Known for their intimate knowledge of the desert, they attribute their survival to a deep spiritual connection with the land. They believe in a protective force, an invisible companion that guides them through the shifting sands and sudden storms, ensuring their journeys are not met with peril. This spiritual bond between the Tuareg and the desert underlines a relationship built on respect, resilience, and an understanding of forces beyond the physical. What makes the legends of the Sahara so compelling is how they reflect the desert's dual nature, both a place of life and danger, of guidance and deception. These stories remind us of humanity's enduring need to make sense of the unknown, to find meaning in the vastness, and to navigate the delicate balance between survival and surrender in one of the harshest environments on Earth. With the myths of the Sahara etched in our minds, we now turn to the Akan people of West Africa, whose wisdom and teachings are embodied in the powerful symbolism of the Sankofa bird. As the next chapter unfolds, we delve into the Akan mythology of the Sankofa bird, a symbol carrying a profound lesson that resonates far beyond the borders of West Africa. The term Sankofa translates to "go back and fetch it," and the bird itself is often depicted with its feet facing forward while its head gently turns backward, holding an egg in its beak. This imagery serves as a powerful reminder that to move forward with wisdom and purpose, one must first reclaim and learn from the lessons of the past. For the Akan people, this philosophy is woven into their cultural identity, encouraging reflection and the valuing of history as a guide for present and future generations. This concept has deeply influenced not only African societies but also the African diaspora, where it stands as a beacon of cultural pride and resilience. For communities grappling with the legacies of displacement, the Sankofa bird symbolizes the reclamation of heritage, the restoration of dignity, and the unbreakable link to ancestral roots. Its message of looking back to move forward has inspired art, literature, education, and activism, becoming a rallying cry for self-discovery and empowerment across the globe. In modern contexts, the Sankofa bird is often invoked as a call to preserve traditional knowledge and celebrate identity in the face of a rapidly changing world. From murals in urban neighborhoods to logos of cultural organizations, the emblem is a testament to the enduring relevance of Akan wisdom. It teaches that progress is not a rejection of the past but an integration of its lessons into the path ahead. As we reflect on the significance of this mythical bird, its enduring message reminds us of the importance of healing, growth, and continuity. Embracing the Sankofa philosophy invites us all to cherish our histories, acknowledge our journeys, and approach the future with clarity and strength drawn from understanding where we have been. And with this timeless wisdom in mind, we bring our journey through 30 bizarre African historical legends to its conclusion. As we wrap up this incredible journey through 30 bizarre African historical legends, we are reminded of the rich tapestry of myths, mysteries, and cultural narratives that span this vast and diverse continent. From the hidden libraries of Timbuktu to the serpent god of Wagadu, and from the Rain Queen's mystical power to the haunting echoes of Prester John's elusive kingdom, each story carries layers of history, spirituality, and imagination that continue to captivate and inspire. These legends are more than just tales, they are windows into the values, beliefs, and struggles of the people who created them. They reflect the resilience, creativity, and profound connection to heritage that defines African identity. Through these stories, we see how deeply the past influences the present and how myths serve as cultural anchors that preserve memory and offer guidance. Whether it's the Sankofa bird urging us to learn from history, the sacred crocodiles symbolizing harmony with nature, or the Kandake warrior queens standing as icons of strength and leadership, each legend contributes to the collective story of humanity. They challenge us to reflect, to question, and to appreciate the vast richness of a continent that has shaped the world in countless ways. If you've enjoyed uncovering these fascinating tales, we invite you to join the conversation. Share your favorite African legend or myth in the comments below. Perhaps there's a story you've heard that we didn't cover. And if you're craving more journeys into the unknown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the next adventure. Until then, let these stories of wonder and mystery remind us all of the beauty, complexity, and resilience of the human spirit. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next chapter of this journey.